Beep beep! Hi you guys, it's Rhea, and today I'm coming to you with something a little creepy. And that is some ghost stories from my life. Now, as you guys can see on my channel, I'm a very spiritual person. I fully 100% believe in ghosts, ghouls, demons, monsters, and everything in between. I am a full 100% believer of those kinds of things, and a lot of the events in my life led me to my belief in those things, because I've had quite a number of supernatural experiences happen to me, because I used to live in a really haunted place, and I still kind of live in a haunted place, and no matter where I seem to go, it always seems to be haunted. I used to live in an apartment building, a really old apartment building, in a really old city, in one of the oldest parts of the city. And that by itself just, says haunted right there. But I personally experienced a lot of the hauntings. I'm probably gonna speak a little more on the hauntings that went on in my old house and the hauntings that go on currently in the house that I'm living in. But right now, I want to talk to you about a really scary experience that I had when I went away for college last summer. And how that led me to definitely 100% not want to live away from home for college ever again. Okay, so I got a really great opportunity to take one free semester over this summer at a college that's about, let's say, maybe a 20-minute train ride away from my home. And I got really excited because, wow, this is something that I never experienced before, and I can go and I can study what I like, and I can do it all for free. So, of course, I took the opportunity. Okay, actually, no, I had a little bit of problems taking the opportunity because, let's just say that my senses, something in me said that this wasn't going to be exactly as I think it will be. So I almost backed off, but in the end, I'm glad that I didn't. And I ended up taking the opportunity and running with it. The college that I went to, it's old. Really old. It's one of the oldest colleges in my state. And it has some of the craziest haunting stories that any of the colleges in my state actually has. And I didn't know this until I got there and searched it up and realized, oh my god, this place has so many ghost stories that it's crazy. Each of the dorm houses in that college had some type of haunting story. Each of the college buildings had some type of haunting story. Even the newest part of the college, the cafeteria, it was a big Harry Potter based cafeteria. Like, really, they based it off of the dining area in Harry Potter, and it was recently built within the last 5 years. It had crazy haunting stories. So, wow, it blew my mind. Once again, I didn't know this until I got there. And as I'm asking, because I had a mentor, someone who had been in the college for a long time and was about to graduate, and as I'm walking around with her and asking her questions about these buildings, she's giving me this face like, look, you're gonna see a lot of weird stuff here, and a lot of weird things are going to happen. Just relax. This place is kinda haunted. Everywhere is kinda haunted. So just know that your experience here is gonna be a little crazy. I couldn't believe it. Asking all the mentors, because it wasn't just me, this was through a program, so there were other students there who had gotten this opportunity too, asking their mentors, even they said something about having some type of crazy ghost experience while in this college. And knowing me, ghosts just seemed to like me. They just seemed to be attracted to me, so I knew I was screwed. So that wasn't the craziest part. Now, I had to dorm there, of course, so I had to have a roommate. And my roommate and me start talking one night, and we get into ghost stories somehow. And she starts telling me about all the crazy ghost stories that she has happened through her life. And as we continue talking, she goes on to tell me that she thinks that someone had put a curse on her family. And I'm like, oh, okay. Not in the sense of, oh, okay, I don't believe you, but in the sense of, oh my god, okay, now I'm doubly screwed, because she probably has ghosts following her around, and who knows what her ghosts are gonna think of me. Now, she was an amazing person, like, one of the best people I could have ever hoped to dorm with. She was wonderful, we're still in contact, and she's one of the nicest people that you could ever meet. But that still didn't solve that kind of oh no feeling that I had growing in me. And things seem kind of normal for the first couple of days. You know, a week goes by, a second week goes by, and nothing is really happening. I'm going through all these haunted buildings, I'm going through all these haunted places, and everything is actually pretty normal. And I'm like, oh wow, I thought it would be worse than this. I thought I would be waking up every night to, like, creepy things walking around the room in front of me, but none of that seems to be happening. And I'm like, okay, maybe for the first time I'm gonna escape these crazy ghost things. Maybe for the first time nothing is gonna come at me. You know, this is great. Maybe I can get through this whole experience with nothing bad happening. But of course, I guess I jinxed myself with thinking that, because I think it was the third week that stuff started to take a really, really, really dark turn. Don't ask me why, but we started talking about ghost stories again, me and my roommate, and we started telling each other all the creepy things that we've experienced. She told me a lot of stuff that happened in her old house, and I told her a lot of stuff that happened in my old house. And I don't know why, but I think we might have angered whatever was in our dorm room. So, the first thing that happened. Now, there's like 4 rooms together, and then there's like a common area, and then there's the bathroom. And I left one morning, you know, it's breakfast time, I get up, I go, because I want to get something to eat, I don't want to sit in my dorm room till class is gonna start, and I want to be out, and I leave her in there. Now, maybe 10 minutes after I leave, I get a really frantic call from her, telling me, get back to the room right now, I need help. Come as quickly as you can. And I panic, of course, like, oh my god, is she okay? Did she fall? Did she get hurt? The last thing I remember, I left her, she was trying to get in the shower to get cleaned up before she leaves. So I panic, I call our mentor, and I tell her, come on, we have to hurry back up because she needs help, and she's calling me saying she needs help. And when we get to the dorm room, me and the mentor, we find her sitting in the room, wrapped up in a towel and, like, the conditioner cap, just shivering like crazy. And I go, like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What happened? And she looks at me and tells me, there was something in that bathroom. Like, I don't know what it was, but there was something. She said that the sinks turned on, and that the toilets, the stalls doors started just slamming, like, back and forth. And she says that she went out there thinking it was me playing a joke on her. But when she went to go close one of the doors and didn't see me, she said she heard something like a huge dog growl at her. And as I said, she's still thinking this is me playing a joke on her. So she laughs and, like, she says she turned around and went looking for me and I wasn't there. And she says as she was about to leave the bathroom, she heard that growling sound again. And she said that she got this really just, like, faint feeling through her body, and she said that she just felt something really evil standing behind her. So she ran out of the bathroom, ran into the dorm room, and called me up and told me to come. She was a little upset that I brought the mentor with me, but, you know, I'm thinking, I get a frantic call, I don't know what happens. I'm trying to bring someone else there that could possibly help me if she needed help. But she's saying that she thinks that there's something in the bathroom, and she thinks that the bathroom is haunted. A little while, we didn't get anything else. Maybe the next 2 or 3 days. But after that, we hear something. Not in our dorm room, but in the hallways. It sounds like someone's walking around, like, heavy, with, like, steel-toed boots on, just stomping through the hallway. So we go outside looking. We think, because there was like a separate, a girls' hall and then a boys' hall, we think that the boys are sitting there trying to play a prank on us, and we walk outside looking around the hallways like, guys, it's not funny, stop it, we're trying to sleep, we have to get up for class tomorrow, stop it. But it keeps going. There's stomping sounds, heavy stomping sounds, and then all of the doors from every single floor in the dorm house just start slamming at the same time, just back and forth. And we're all like, what the heck is this? But knowing me, I don't involve myself in hauntings, so I was like, forget it. Whatever it was going to have to continue doing whatever it wanted to do, because I'm not going to stop it. It wasn't bothering me. So I just went back to sleep. I went back to my dorm, I went to sleep. My roommate, of course, she was freaked out like crazy. And she walked around, she said she walked into the boys' dorm, and she said all of them thought it was us playing a prank on them. And even the people downstairs from us thought that it was just us playing around upstairs. So no one knew what was going on. And whenever we would walk out into the hallways, it would just stop. There would be no more stomping, there would be no more door slamming. And we asked one of our mentors the next morning, and he said he heard it. And he was all the way downstairs in the basement. And we're like, well, who was it? Who was that? We still don't know if it was a person. It doesn't seem like it was a person, because it was multiple floors, door slammings, unless it was a bunch of people involved. But whatever it was just really, really freaky, and it creeped me out a lot. The worst of it didn't happen until about maybe a week before we were getting ready to go home. This was crazy. Okay, so me and my roommate again are sitting in our dorm one night. It's about time for us to go to sleep. We're sitting down, maybe watching a movie or something like that. I forgot. I think we were watching Sausage Party or something like that. We were cracking up. But now, we didn't usually keep our outside door locked. We usually kept the inside door locked. So, because sometimes the guys will walk in and use our bathroom because their bathroom was filthy as crap. Because, 18-year-old guys don't clean up after themselves. So they would come in and use our bathroom sometimes because it was like 50 times cleaner than theirs. And we hear the door open. And then we hear the bathroom door open. And we think, oh, it's one of the guys. They came to use our bathroom. Usually they would knock on our door and tell us so we wouldn't freak out. But we're like, it was like 12-something at night, like he's probably half asleep or something and just wants to come in and go out. We were like, fine. But a half hour passed, and we're like, we didn't hear him go back out. We didn't hear any doors open up, we didn't hear anything. So we're like, is he okay? We don't go to check on him because whatever, we were about to go to sleep. We're like, he'll leave when he leaves. But as time goes past, he still doesn't leave. And next thing you know, we hear the shower turn on. We're like, is he taking a shower in our bathroom? The heck? And I'm about to go outside and go open up the door and ask him, like, hey, you can't take a shower in here. Go back to your own dorm. But before I do, I hear all of the sinks in the bathroom turn on at the same time. And then once again, the stall doors just start like slamming. All of them at the same time. And I hear the shower turn on full force and the sinks turn on full force. And I'm like, oh my god, what's going on in there? And so, like, my roommate hears this too, and now both of us are just standing at the door with, like, our ears to it, just listening to all of this craziness outside. And I open up the door to see what's going on, and we don't see anybody out there, so we close it back. And I'm not going in that bathroom to go check on what's going on, because I don't want to see it. But once we close the door, we hear those same steel-toed boots again, just like slam, 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 out in our common area. And we're like, oh my god, that doesn't sound like one of the guys. We're like, what the heck is going on? And once again, we hear that really deep growl, and I'm like, holy crap, I don't know what's out there. But whatever it is, it's not coming in here. I slam the door shut as fast as I can, and I lock it, and the two of us back into the corner of the dorm room, and we start hearing those footsteps come closer to us, and it's just like, oh my god. You know how in, like, the horror movies, when you know some crap is about to go down, and the characters are just sitting there staring at each other in, like, complete horror? That's how we were. We were like, we don't know what to do. We don't know what's going on. Like, I grab my cell phone, and I call up one of the guys, because one of them is my friend from school, and we were really close. I call him, and I say, get over here now. Like, don't ask me why. Just get over to our dorm room right now. and all of the guys come running, and all of the mentors come running. And they're yelling at us through the common area, like, your door is locked, we can't get in. And I'm like, how did the door open like 20 minutes ago then? If the door is locked now, I'm like, whatever is out there locked us in here with it. I'm like, oh my god. I'm not ready for this. That was the craziest thing that had ever happened to me. And we're still standing there looking at each other in fear, me and my roommate, no idea what to do. The two of us look at each other panicked. And I'm like, I'm the oldest one here. I'm like her big sister. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run out there. I grab, because like I said, a lot of ghost things have happened to me. So I happen to have like my little crystal necklaces, and I happen to have like salt spray and everything. And I prepare like my whole little holy bag. And I'm like, alright, I'm gonna charge at the door. You stay behind me and keep my back, because like, girl, we gotta do it. We gotta open up the door. And we're standing there like the police are, like when they're about to ram something open. And she opens it, and I just run. Like, I don't look at anything. I don't turn my head, and I run straight for the door as fast as I can. And I'm fumbling with the lock to the common area, because holy crap, this thing really is locked. And I open it up, and I run out into the hallway like, there's something in there. There's something in there. And everybody runs in too, looking around. And when they get in there, guess what? The craziest thing. All the noise stops. The moment that everybody steps inside, there's no more shower running, there's no more doors slamming, there's no more steel-toe boots. Everything is perfectly calm and everything is perfectly quiet. And I'm like, no. No. And they look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, guys, it really was. And my roommate is just as panicked as me, and we're like, we don't know what it was, but there was something in here. We don't know where it went, but it was here. And we point to the bathroom, like, just terrified, like, no words, like, it's in there. And the guy that I'm really close to, of course, he sees me terrified, so he's gonna go in there. You know, he's like my big brother. He goes inside, and he looks, and the only thing on in the bathroom was a single sink. What? He came outside, and he kind of, like, patted my back and said, there's a sink dripping. Is that what you guys were afraid of? And I'm like, no! There was something evil in here! Like, we heard it growl! And everyone's just once again looking at us like we're crazy, like they didn't know what was going on. And I'm like, no. Okay. This is never, ever going to happen to me again. So the next morning, I did what I said again. I prepared my little holy bag. I made like a sigil to put on the front of our door. I sprayed down the whole place with salt spray, and I did clearing, I did Reiki all over the place. I'm like, I don't know what the heck you are. I don't know where you came from. You cannot stay here. Like, as long as I am in this dorm room, you gotta get out. Because I don't play around with ghosts. I don't do it. I don't. I think that night, like, after the crazy thing happened, I think, the guys stayed in the dorm room with us. Like, that was the first time that the mentors actually said, okay, you guys can stay in the same dorm room. So, we did. And we told them what happened, and we're like, do you guys remember that steel-toe boots and the door slamming thing that was happening, like, a few weeks ago? And they were all like, yeah, we remember that. And we're like, whatever that was in here. And we didn't lock that door. We never locked the door. You guys know we let you in here to use the bathroom, so why would we lock the door? And they even thought that was a little weird, too. But, like, I promise you, nothing crazy like that ever happened again for the rest of the time that I was there. Like, it was only another week or so, but nothing ghostly ever came again. I don't know if it was because of what I did, but I know I did a thorough cleansing of that entire space to make sure that nothing gets back in again like that. Because I knew I couldn't leave the dorm. So... There was a really nice ghost, though, down in the theater, because I was a drama major, and we had, like, a big production at the end of it all. And, it helped me find my costume. I think his name is Jeff. He's really nice. It's really creepy being down there by yourself, because you always feel like there's something watching you. But you'll never get hurt or you'll never lose anything because I lost a couple pieces of my costume. And, I'd always get a tap on my back or I'd always just randomly walk into a place where I had put it down. And, sometimes when I didn't close the door all the way, it would close for me. And, sometimes if I didn't put something in the right place, I would turn back around and it would be put up and set up as it should be. So, that ghost was nice. I always said thank you to him, and I always told him I appreciated him because he was always nice and friendly to me. But the ghost in my dorm room, no. That ghost was a meanie, a big meanie, like a really scary, big, creepy, evil meanie. My roommate ended up telling me that she thinks that was the evil thing that used to follow her family around, and I'm like, okay. Now I get it. But, I talked to some of the other mentors about what happened, and I told them everything that happened that night, and they said that the dorm room had, this reputation for, really creepy, evil hauntings in that place. They said that there were, dark, evil spirits in there, and they said that, that a lot of the stories talk about, like murders and killings and things like that happened in that dorm. So they said that whatever was in there was probably really pissed off at us. Maybe we angered it somehow. Maybe telling those ghost stories pissed it off because, I don't know. We did talk about, stories about this girl. She was telling me about, legends of, demons and fallen angels and stuff like that. Maybe that pissed it off. I don't know. But whatever it was, they said it's usually dormant, so... Needless to say, I was very happy when my time was over to come home and, leave that place and everything else. I did think about continuing classes there, but in the end I realized, nah, it wouldn't be worth it. I don't think I could handle going through that every single night, or ever again. So I came back home to my familiar ghosts and my familiar hauntings. At the very least, I know what's gonna happen here at my house, so, yeah. And that is the reason why I will never dorm ever again at a college. So, yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed it and would like to hear more of my creepy, crazy haunting stories, because I have a lot of them, trust me, I could go on and on and on and on and on and on about all the creepy, evil ghost things that I have run into during my life. I could literally make a whole series on it. I probably am going to make a whole series on it. This is probably going to be a regular thing, whether you guys ask for it or not, because I enjoy talking about this. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and a comment. Make sure to tell me about any of the crazy ghost stories that you've had happen to you during your life, and we can probably talk about it. And who knows, I might have people come on as guests to talk about their experiences on the channel. So, that's all I have for you guys today. So, beep beep. Have a beep-tastic day, guys. And don't run into ghosts. Bye!